I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. Trying to figure out who I am, or who I'm supposed to be. Feel good about where I stand, so I can make the most of me. I'm coming back down from space, a million miles away. There's a lot of love in this place, and I'm just trying to say I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Been a long time living this way, worrying about what people say. Feeling like I don't fit in, but I won't give up, no I won't give in. Been looking for something more. What you really looking for? It's been with you since you were born, since you were born. You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. You only live once. Good with myself. I'm there for my friends till the very end. You only live once. I'm good with myself. I'm there for my friends until the very end. I wanna see another love revolution. Find a way to be a better person. If we come together like we should, we could all be good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
We are good, indeed. And this is a good day, because today and every day we have swung wide the doors to the presence of God, knowing that the Spirit is in this place and in all places and all people. Just as the sun awakens us to a new day, the Spirit of God within awakens us to divine glory. This glory within and around us is everywhere we look and in every situation we encounter. With our hearts centered in Spirit, we can quiet our thoughts and meditate on the wonder of all God's creation and our oneness with it. Take a deep breath. Become comfortable. And gently release any cares of the day. Your sole purpose at this moment is to experience the divine. And you begin to do so now as you relax in this sacred time and space at Unity Spiritual Center. Seeing through eyes of oneness, acknowledging our oneness, we at Unity Spiritual Center celebrate and honor people of every culture, of every creed, of every religion, of every race, of every age and every lifestyle, knowing that there are many paths to God, many faces of God, many names for God, but only one God. And that God is expressing through all people in unique, special, individual ways. Before we get further into the service, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Gerry, the center manager here. I fill in for Reverend Maggie when she travels, and she is traveling this weekend and enjoying herself with her family. I also wanted to point out, as if you haven't noticed, that we have new artwork on the walls. They are all by Shiloh Sophia, And I'm sure next week, Reverend Maggie will give you more information about her because she is her teacher. So, and a big thanks to Craig Beal for doing amazing work and getting these to hang here yesterday.
Jerry's not saying, but he helped. Yeah.
I held things.
Yes, yes, he's the holder. The holder is very important.
So, let me light the candle. As you look at the flame of the candle we light every Sunday, remember that you yourself carry a divine flame within and as an individualized expression of God. We honor the one presence and power of God within Unity's foundation statement, which you'll find on the screen. I invite you to join me in saying it aloud together. There is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as my life, God the good, omnipotent. We give thanks for our spiritual community and for the beauty of our spiritual center. We give thanks that Unity Spiritual Center is a welcoming, warm, and inclusive community dedicated to studying and putting into practice empowering principles and tools for happiness, health, prosperity, and successful living. We give thanks that with our spiritual teachings we can create extraordinary lives and a peaceful planet through our relationship with the loving God presence within each of us and through our relationships with each other. Our vision and the opportunity for each one of us here is that you discover the power within you to create the life of your dreams, that you have peace of mind and deep happiness, that you enjoy joyous and loving relationships with yourself, with spirit, and with others, that you spend your days doing what you love and feel called to do, and that you know your life matters, that you make a difference, and that the world is a better place because you are here. If you're visiting us for the first time, and I know we have several visitors, and we welcome you, we have 2 gifts for you that you should have received when you walked through the door. And if you haven't already, I see one you're wearing yours already, yes? Please see the usher when you leave if you haven't gotten it. One is a welcome packet with information about Unity in general and about Unity Spiritual Center of San Francisco in particular, and a shell lay with a tag that reads, "Just as God has a design for every shell in the sea, God also has a design for your life." We know that being around a table can give us a wonderful sense of connection, so that's why you'll see tables in our sanctuary as a symbol of the warmth and hospitality we can enjoy when gathered together. We, of course, also set up food tables. We are a religious group, so we do food. So please join us following the service for our hospitality hour in the room next door, where we have an opportunity to meet and greet each other over coffee and cookies and all sorts of goodies. We would love to get to know you better. And if you have any questions about Unity, please don't hesitate to contact Reverend Maggie. She will be back shortly. Her contact information is printed on the back of the newsletter that you got. At this time, as we move into the meditative part of our service and prepare to raise our voices together in song, I'd ask that you turn off or mute all cell phones and electronic devices. Yes, it's off. Thank you. Let us stand and let us sing.
You can actually stay seated for this one. I think we're going to get meditative on it. So I actually, once we get into it, especially the chorus, you should be able to close your eyes to sing this one. And it's by Michael Gott and Karen Drucker, called There Is Only Love. And it sounds like this. is only love, love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I feel I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I hear Spirit gently say, there is only love, there is only love, love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. And you can just shut your eyes for a moment, and I'm going to play. For the chorus. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love.
Thank you. And now as we continue to get comfortable in our seats, relaxing even more deeply into this time of worship, prayer, and meditation, let us open our hearts to receive the message of today's daily word, which will be read by Brian Lance.
Good morning, everybody. The daily word is faith. I express my faith with every choice I make today. My every choice, no matter how small, expresses my faith in something at that time. Those moment-by-moment choices create my life experience, so it would be impossible to live without faith. The great news is that I can change my focus whenever I choose. I am not a victim of the events and challenges in my life. When I pause for a moment to remember the truth of infinite love, I am at peace. I take time today to observe the life I am living. It is a perfect expression of the faith I am holding. Faith allows me to see peace in the midst of conflict, to find abundance where once there seemed lack, and to love all others rather than judge. And from James 1:6, but ask in faith, never doubting, for the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind.
Unity Spiritual Center is a center of prayer and healing. We have a community prayer box on the table in the back, and you are always welcome to place a prayer request in the box. Please take a moment to hold the requests in this box in your heart and know that perfect divine love is enfolding each person represented in this prayer chest, and divine order is taking place for all concerned. The prayer requests placed in this box are prayed on by our minister and our USC prayer team for 30 days and are then forwarded to Silent Unity at Unity World headquarters, where they are prayed on for an additional 30 days. Prayer request forms are available in the back of the sanctuary on the table in the center of the back table. At this time, though, we want to make our prayers audible. This is the time to offer your prayer needs to your spiritual family here so we can support you and stand with you. As Michael plays the music, you are invited to speak your prayer aloud, and we will answer each prayer request by singing, "Your prayer is my prayer too."
We are connected by the heart. Where do you end? Where do I start? Whatever you feel, I feel too. You're a part of me. I'm a part of you. Your prayer is my prayer too. 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 Your prayer is my prayer too.
have also created a space in our service for you to share your blessings, what you're thankful for. This is your time to speak aloud anything for which you wish to give gratitude.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
We give thanks for this opportunity to bless and be blessed in spirit. We give thanks for the feelings of connection, peace, and warmth that fill our hearts and minds right now. We give thanks for the privilege of praying for others in our community and around the globe. And we affirm that always and in all ways, divine love and divine order is everywhere present. At Unity Spiritual Center, your prayer is our prayer too. And so it is. Amen.
I expect loud voices on the chorus. Okay, I know not everybody knows the verse that well, but when we get to the chorus, I think we can do this. And it starts like this. 2, let's go. Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring or make the angels cry. No, the dove is on the wing, and you need not know why. Come on, people, now, smile on each other. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some will come and some will go. We will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you must understand. You hold the key to love and fear all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. So, come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Again, here we go. Come on, people now, smile on each other. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. One more time, come on now. I said, come on, people now, smile on each other. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Right now, right now, right now, right now.
Thank you as always, Michael. Today we begin our exploration of the concept of all people. And I'm going to start with a quote, a fairly long quote, so bear with me. Quote, "Fellow Americans, that association has meant more to me than any other. I lived and died a proud American. We are citizens of the world's greatest republic, a nation of ideals, not blood and soil. We are blessed and are a blessing to humanity when we uphold and advance those ideals at home and in the world. We have helped liberate more people from tyranny and poverty than ever before in history. We have acquired great wealth and power in the process. We weaken our greatness when we confuse our patriotism with tribal rivalries that have sown resentment and hatred and violence in all the corners of the globe. We weaken it when we hide behind walls rather than tear them down, when we doubt the power of our ideals rather than trust them to be the great force for change they have always been. We are 325 million opinionated, vociferous individuals. We argue and compete and sometimes even vilify each other in our raucous public debates. But we always have had so much more in common with each other than in disagreement. If only we remember that and give each other the benefit of the presumption that we all love our country, we will get through these challenging times. We will come through them stronger than before. We always do." End quote. Those are the words of the late Senator John McCain, who left them in a final statement which was read after his death a little over a week ago. Now, if you know me, it might come as a surprise that I'm quoting a Republican, but my dad, were he alive, would be pleased, if not a bit shocked, that I did so. I don't agree with everything that I just read that Senator McCain said, but there are some important ideas in his statement. John McCain had something right in there. We're more alike than we are different. And I would expand on his words to make it a global statement, not just one about our country. Of course, as a U.S. Senator and a former presidential candidate on his deathbed, he would be addressing the country. But I think his words can describe our world, not just our nation. As I already said, our theme here at Unity Spiritual Center for September is all people. It as have all our monthly themes this year been, comes from our mission statement as we look at ourselves and who we are as a congregation. Now, all people is a wide topic to be sure, and I'm sure there will be lots of exploration of it in the coming weeks. But how can we be all things to all people? How do we even begin to speak to everyone? Some of the answer to those questions lies in recognizing the fact that we are more alike than we are different, just as the senator said in some of his final words. He wrote of hiding behind walls rather than tearing them down. When we tear down walls, we begin to see our similarities rather than our differences. Those on the other side of walls face problems and difficulties just like us. They have moments of joy and life just like us. They worry about the future, celebrate life-giving moments, enjoy each other's company just like us. Now, the walls we build aren't only necessarily along national borders, of course, though that kind of wall is preoccupying our minds these days. We can build those other walls anywhere, along any line. We have a history as a society, but also as individuals, as building walls along race lines, gender lines, economic lines, lines of sexual orientation and ethnicity, any number of ways that we work to separate ourselves out from the world and our culture. But if we tear down those walls, or even raise ourselves to peek over them, we see other human beings, just like ourselves, who are finding their way through life. When we as a congregation seek to, as our mission statement says, heal, inspire, and transform the lives of all people, it means that we have to tear down the walls that separate us and find the commonalities rather than the differences. Walls keep people out, but they also keep us away from others. Now, the tearing down of walls isn't so much an act of mercy toward others as it is a change in our own perspective, a gift to ourselves. We need the walls down so that we can be part of and with the world and all the people therein. All people is indeed a broad term, and how do we live out such a wide mission statement? Well, we can go easy. We don't have to do it all at once. We can begin by chipping away at a wall or two and seeing what we have in common with those outside our walls. We live in a society that has basically rejected religion and sometimes spirituality entirely. Now, what do we, as those of us who are at least enough interested to show up at a religious setting on a Sunday morning, have in common with those who have done just that? Where do we find common ground? How do we begin to remove the wall between us? These are important questions if we are to be a congregation of the future. The onus of tearing down walls is on us. The folks on the other sides of the wall are often too scared or injured or cynical or just plain worn out by life that there is often little energy or desire to break down the wall on their part. If you've erected a wall or find yourself living on one side of a wall, you need to take the initiative to remove that barrier to your connection with other people. Yes, we do have more in common with other humans than we have differences. Now, there are differences to be sure, because each of us has a unique experience and perspective on life, and those experiences and perspectives make us who we are as distinct individuals. Our uniqueness, though, doesn't excuse us from finding mutuality with our fellow citizens of this world. Yes, be the individual that God created you to be, but recognize that you are a part of a larger whole, the whole of creation. Chip away at the walls in your life. Find the ways that you are alike with those on the other side. There are themes that run through our lives that connect us to each other. Explore those themes, and you might be surprised what you come up with. Amen. We come to our time of meditation when we relax the cares that have enveloped us through the days behind us, the worries that may be surrounding us. And so I urge you to make yourself comfortable, and if you're willing, to close your eyes or focus down about 45 degrees. Now focus on your breathing. Feel the air flowing in and out of your nostrils. In and out. In and out. Feel your chest rising and falling with each breath. Rising and falling. Rising and falling. Breathing in light and goodness and love. Breathing out any tension or worry or thoughts that are getting in the way of you being present right here, right now, in this moment with yourself. Breathing in light. Breathing out tension. Breathing in love. Breathing out distracting thoughts. Now, hopefully, you are more relaxed than you were a few moments ago. And I invite you in your imagination to find yourself walking outdoors somewhere beautiful and safe and precious to you. You are walking towards a building that has sweet memories for you. Maybe it's the house where you grew up. Maybe the house you live in now. Or another building or home or place. A place where you felt or feel absolutely safe and loved. See yourself walking into this place of love and goodness. There is a large room, a large space, huge really. In this building, find yourself in this huge room. Stand in the center of it. Notice the color of the walls, the floors. What is the furniture like? Notice any sounds in this room. Is there music playing? Can you hear the beating of your own heart? Notice how you are feeling inside. Soon as you stand in the center of this room, you notice that other people are entering the room. Slowly they are coming to join you. They are forming a large circle around you. This is your blessed community circle. Here in this circle are all of the sentient beings who form your true community. Take a look around you now as they continue to enter and form a very large, wide circle all around you. Who is here with you today? See their faces. Feel how wonderful it is to have them all in the same space with you. All of them. Notice that there are people here from your past. People who have passed to the other side. People who are part of your life now. Pets who have loved you unconditionally, both past and present. And notice too that there are people here whom you have never met. People you are drawn to, people who have touched your life through art or words or religion or politics or dance or... All these people are your own blessed community. All have come here today together to celebrate you. Now, standing in the center of your sacred circle, just imagine that each person and animal who is there is shining its beautiful, precious light onto you in the center, all at once. And turning slowly around, you can look in the eyes of each and every one. Just savor the feeling of love and light that washes over you as you do this. And also, if you choose, imagine a greater, divine love shining down on all of you from above and filling you with a feeling of safety and of being loved. Now ask your circle if one or more of your community has a message for you right now in your life today. Invite one or more of your community to join you in the center. Listen to the message that is being given to you today. Now it's time to start to think about coming back to the present moment. But first say goodbye to your blessed community circle and remind yourself that you will be back very, very soon. You can be in this loving space connected with your community anytime, anywhere, in just a matter of seconds, a matter of focused awareness. Then when you are ready, slowly and mindfully leave the circle, finding your way back through the building the same way you came in, walking slowly and carefully back down the sacred path. Be mindful of your breathing moving in and out of your nose, mindful of the love you are bringing back with you, love and a new sense of connectedness to your own blessed community. And then, in your own time and in your own way, come back to this room. Feel your feet on the floor, your legs, your back against the chair. Feel your shoulders, your neck, your head. And again, feel your breath as it enters through your nose and mouth, shimmers through your body, then exits. Then, in your own time, open your eyes. Take your time. All is well. Unity offers positive, practical, progressive spiritual teachings and tools that honor the universal truth in all religions and respects each individual's right to choose a spiritual path. Here at Unity Spiritual Center, we have an inspiring vision, an exciting mission, and compelling values by which we strive to learn. Please join me in saying them aloud. Our vision is, centered in God, we co-create a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. Our mission is, we are a creative, joy-filled spiritual community dedicated to healing, inspiring, and transforming the lives of all people through prayer, education, and love. And our values are, we are spirit-led, generous with resources, inclusive, joyously creative, and guided by integrity. And in this space, feeling so inspired by our vision, mission, and values, and feeling so enriched by what we've experienced here today, let us take time now to be a channel for enrichment through our generous tithes and love offerings. Practicing the principle of tithing ourselves as a spiritual community, we are pleased to tithe 10% of the offering collected today to Unity Worldwide Ministries and the San Francisco Food Bank. Let us now take a moment to bless our tithes and love offerings cupped in our hands or next to our hearts as we say our offering blessing, which is printed on the screen. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Someone wrote a whole book about everything I needed to know about life I learned in kindergarten. And I like that book. And this kind of solidifies that. This is a tune written by Randy Newman. And a lot of people know Randy Newman is the pop songwriter, more or less. But what you don't know, maybe, is that he's part of a legacy of a huge family of film score writers. Lionel Newman and all his uncles and his father, everybody else were in that business, and he was the renegade. Not that he still didn't do it, he did. But he has a very good knack for writing a simple phrase and imprinting it into your brain. And someone mentioned to me earlier that one of my tunes was hanging around in their brain. If there's a good tune to hang around in your brain, this is a good one right here. So here we go. You can sing out loud and sing along, and I don't care if it's in tune or not because Randy doesn't sing in tune himself. So here we go. A two, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Son, you got a friend in me. Yes, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got your troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together and we see it through. Say you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Let me explain. Now some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. Just me and you, boy. And when the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. Son, you got a friend in me. Oh, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Thank you all. We give thanks for the many blessings that are in our church this very moment. We open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that are ours to choose. We are filled with a mighty faith that empowers and frees us to live our divine purpose and serve our community with excellence. And so it is. Amen.
Okay, that sounds like a cue. I want to thank all the folks who volunteered this morning, starting with Brian Lance, who did our daily word reading, our bookstore volunteer and greeter, Kathy Russell, our ushers, Kelly and Craig Beal, and our children's church volunteers, Sylvia Grady, and also Kathy's doing the welcome table. So we appreciate all that everybody does around here and are grateful for our volunteers. Now it's time for our announcements. Next week is our homecoming Sunday, when we will have our town hall meeting, when you can hear about where we've been and where we're going. This is a good meeting to attend for all who care about our congregation, no matter how long you've been here. Also next week, the painted birdhouses are due. And we already have one, but next week, if you've taken a birdhouse to decorate, please bring it back. And now is the time to finish that project that you've been working on all summer. Or that you'll start working on this week. Prayer chaplain training will be September 11th through the 13th. If you are interested in this important ministry, pick up a flyer on the back table and a brochure which has a registration form in it. And these are in the entryway. Registrations are due by September 4th, so materials can be ordered. Now, if you have any questions, please contact Reverend Maggie. The training will end on the Unity World Day of Prayer on September 13th. Now let's bring in the kids.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, it's a little light, all right. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, say that again. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the presence of God in you, empowering you to do great things. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now we go into the world to break down walls, to find commonality, as we say our final blessing together.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. Thank you, God.